You doing your opening spiel?
Hi, everybody. We are reading the Zohar today, March 22nd, I believe. Let me look. Yes. And you can join us by following the directions of how to join us on Zoom in the video description. We are on chapter 21, item 94, page 14 of the Zohar. So one of us usually screen shares it, and then we take turns reading. I guess Rick's going to get it up on the screen shortly. Well, let me pause it until that happens, because sometimes we have little technical difficulties. So I can see that Rick is screen sharing, but I don't see the content and I don't hear him. So it looks like he just went out to reboot. I'm going to pause again, and we'll see you when he gets back.
Oh, I guess I should open up the text. There we go. $400 shekels. The authors of the Mishnah said this portion, which they interpreted concerning the soul, Abraham is the soul and Sarah is the body. Happy are the righteous in the next world, for the Torah in their heart is as a great fountain. Even when it is blocked, the abundance of water breaks through and opens springs to all directions.
Man's body never joins the count of righteous by Duma after his demise until his soul shows a letter for a sign which the cherubim give her in the Garden of Eden. This is so because once the soul has entered the Garden of Eden there, she goes to rise to her place above, to Bina, and not to descend into Malchut. But before she rises and enters her place, she becomes the guardian of the body through Duma, and shows him, Duma, that the body is fit to receive the reward of 400 worlds.
Duma knows that the body is worthy of the reward of 400 worlds before the body shows him, since it is declared in the Garden of Eden. But I heard that when the soul is given the letter for the sign, she then returns to the body to admit it into the count of the righteous through Duma. It is written, "But if you will, I pray thee, hear me. I will give the price of the field, take it of me. The price of the field is the yearning and the coveting for the 400 worlds that the body is given to inherit." I don't remember that last time.
Yeah, me too. The righteous that have been rewarded with receiving the mochin in their lives, which are poured on the masach in the middle line, Duma receives that masach, called calculation, and purifies the body of the righteous with it after his demise, and qualifies him for revival. And there are two ways in that. One, the level of the light is primarily what purifies the body, and the body has been rewarded in its life with receiving these mochim that extend from the middle line, called 400 worlds of cravings. And then Duma receives the body and qualifies it for revival. Two, the Masach, called calculation, is also called book, and it is primarily what purifies the body. Hence, since the soul has been rewarded with it, she already begins to negotiate with Duma for the body.
For Hayab given means the money is already prepared, and implies to the Masak when he has a Masak, the level is already set to emerge on him by itself, and the level that emerges on the Masak is 400 worlds of cravings. But there is no need to speak to Imran about the level itself, because he has obtained the Masak, he is already declared as righteous in the Garden of Eden, and he is worthy of receiving the level, which is 400 worlds of cravings.
97. One who is dust can be rewarded with all that, the 400 worlds of cravings. Who will be rewarded and who will rise, as it is written? Who may ascend into the mountain of the Lord, and who will rise in his holy place?
Grab the next one.
Abraham listened to Ephron, and Abraham weighed out the silver for Ephron. This is the great craving after these coveted worlds.
400 shekels of silver are 400 worlds of pleasures and desires. Passing to the merchant means passing through all the gates of heaven and Jerusalem above, and there is none who protests. This means that one who is rewarded with these mohin of the 400 worlds of cravings is complete in all degrees of the gates of heaven and Jerusalem above, and there is no one to complain about him there.
And the reason he did not say Jerusalem below as well is that these 400 are Hakma Bina Tiferet Malchut of lights that are clothed in Keter Hakma Bina, and Tiferet de Kelim without the Keter of lights, because he lacks Malchut from the Kelim, as it is known from the inverse relation between lights and vessels. Malchut de Kelim is the Jerusalem below, because Jerusalem above is Bina, and Jerusalem below is Malchut, which will only be corrected at the end of correction.
Hence, prior to that, there are no more than 400 shekels of silver to indicate that the Keter is missing from the lights, and Malchut from the Kelim. This is why he says Jerusalem above and does not say Jerusalem below. And yet the illumination of those 400 passes and shines in part to Malchut too. This is why it is written, passing to the merchant. Since the merchant is called merchant as it is written, she is like the merchant ships, and through this illumination which is passed onto her, she greatly becomes qualified to receive her perfection at the end of correction.
Subsequently, Abraham buried Sarah, his wife, meaning the body, and it was counted by the appointee along with the rest of the righteous in their company by Duma, the calculation. All those bodies that are written by the hands of Duma and are counted by him will be revived when the Creator revives the dwellers of the dust. Woe unto the wicked who are not written by him in writing, for they will forever be lost in hell.
What was the reason that Abraham went into the cave? He was chasing that calf, of which it was written, and Abraham ran unto the cattle, and that calf fled to that cave, and Abraham followed him to the cave and saw what he saw.
There was another reason. He was praying every day and would come out to that field, which emitted high scents, and saw a light coming out of the cave and prayed there. And there the Creator spoke to him. This is why he craved the cave, and his desire was always in that place.
Why did he not ask to buy it until now? Because he did not need it. He feared that they would not follow him and would understand his cravings and importance of the cave, and then they would either raise the price or refuse to sell it to him altogether. Now that he needed it, he said, the time has come to ask for it.
103. If Ephron would see in the cave what Abraham saw in it, he would never sell it. But Ephron certainly saw nothing in it, because a thing appears only to its owner. Hence, it appeared only to Abraham and not to Ephron. And it appeared to Abraham because it was his. It did not appear to Ephron because he had no share of it. Hence, nothing appeared to Ephron in the cave, and he saw only darkness in it. This is why he sold it.
He even sold what Abraham did not initially ask for. Abraham said only that he may give me the cave of Machpelah. He did not mention the field. And Ephron said, I give you the field, and I give you the cave that is in it. And this was because it was all loathsome to Ephron, for he did not know what it was. Even the field where the cave was loathsome to him. Hence he sold the field as well, although Abraham did not ask for it.
When Abraham entered the cave for the first time, he saw a light there. The dust was thrown before him, and 2 graves were revealed to him. Then a man of his form stood up from his grave, and Abraham saw and laughed. With that, Abraham knew that he was destined to be buried there.
Lahaim.
Lahaim. Let me write that down for tomorrow. Is 3:23:19, page item 106.
16106.
Page 16, chapter 21. All right. Yeah, I pretty much filled up the whole thing, so I'll be starting a new piece of paper tomorrow. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. It was a shorter read because we had technical difficulties getting started, but that's sometimes what happens. The reading can be anywhere from a few minutes to almost half an hour.